Good morning, everyone. Schwell here at the Big Threes Training Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. 3 years ago, I purchased a 2008 Range Rover. When I purchased that vehicle, everyone told me the natural progression for my current lifestyle is going to lead me to off-roading. And I thought, there's no way. I've never been a fan of driving around in dirty vehicles. I've never been a fan of getting dirty myself. So there was no way that that was going to happen. Fast forward 3 years. That was 3 years of constantly getting that Range Rover stuck out here because I refused to buy off-road tires. Why? Because I spend a lot of time on interstates and the ride of that Range Rover was fantastic. Was that vehicle capable? Absolutely. But I just couldn't fathom the idea of beating it to death. So during that 3 years of ownership, I've had my eye on the 4Runner. I've liked where Toyota took that vehicle. And the more and more I researched it, the more and more I fell in love with it. Or the more and more I desired it. I thought about pickup trucks, just not my style. SUVs fit perfect into my lifestyle and they offer a little bit of extra security. I don't like the idea of putting camera equipment in the bed of a truck. April 2018, I decided it was time to buy my first brand new vehicle. That's right, 42 years old and I never purchased myself a brand new vehicle off the lot. I was always able to find the deal that I wanted and the features that I wanted in used vehicles. The 2018 Toyota TRD Pro is the vehicle that caught my eye. The problem is those things are hard to come by, even here in Florida. One of my local dealerships did have one on the books, but they didn't have it on the lot. And when it was delivered to the lot, it wasn't the color that I wanted. And because it's such a high demand vehicle, they weren't flexible on the price at all. During my research, I did realize that there was a 4Runner that was perfect for my needs, but the appeal of the Pro just kept biting at me and biting at me. So I ignored the vehicle behind us, or the model behind us. I could have searched other states in the Southeast and found the Pro that I wanted, but the local dealership told me that they did have something that I wanted, or they could get what I wanted. The day that they pulled the Pro off the truck is the same day that they pulled the vehicle that you see behind us off the truck. This is the Toyota TRD Off-Road Premium. Now it has a lot of the features that the Pro has, and then some. Penny for penny, this is the better deal. The package that I actually purchased is what they call the XP package or the Predator package. That changes the emblems on the vehicle as well as adds the front fascia of the TRD Pro, the TRD Pro wheels, and the side steps. The biggest difference between the Pro and the Off-Road Premium, the difference that you'll notice immediately, is the Pro comes with the Bilstein 5100 suspension. That suspension system is ready for off-roading right off the showroom floor. Whereas this one is extremely capable, it still has some growing to do. But the benefit of me going with this option is I plan on changing a lot of things anyway. I want to lift it, I want to put bigger tires on there, I want to put some rock sliders on it, I want to change the front and rear bumper. There's a lot of things that I want to do. But today we're just going to cover some of the things that I've already done. A lot of these changes were made in the first 30 days of ownership. We're 2 months in at this point. So to get this channel started, let's go over some of the things that I've already done to the vehicle. The number one focus for the initial phase 1 build is lighting. And we did a lot of lighting over the first 30 days. We added ditch lights. We also added a light bar, HIDs, as well as some LEDs in all the right places. As with everything that I do, I tried not to break the bank when adding or going about these modifications. The lighting for these vehicles is extremely affordable. Whether you buy the high end or even the low end like I've done here. A lot of this stuff I got off of Amazon for very low prices. I'll put links down in the description so you guys can go and check that stuff out yourself. One of the first things that I did was change the headlights. Initially I went with an LED setup, but because of the projectors that they use on these 4Runners, the LED did not work well at all. The light cutoff was terrible, so driving at night they were basically useless. So what I did was I took the LEDs that I had in the low beams and I put those in the fog lights. I'll turn those on here in a second. For the low beams, I went with an HID set. It requires a little bit of modification in the engine bay, but not a lot. A couple of holes need to be drilled to accommodate the lighting, but it worked out extremely well. The installation took all of 10 minutes with the drilling included. Another lighting feature that I changed or added was these lights here in the grill. Something made popular by the Ford Raptor. You're seeing a lot of these showing up on the 4Runners. I didn't go with the traditional setup that a lot of folks are using. There are some low profile amber lights that I can put in there that look extremely clean that go on here, but I wanted something a little bit different. I didn't want my truck to look exactly like everyone else's. So this lighting kit I got off of eBay, very inexpensive, but it offers a lot of features that you don't find in a lot of the different kits that are on the market. This one has 7 features or 7 different patterns that you can cycle through. Down here we have a hidden light bar. This is a 32-inch light bar I got off of Amazon as well. Very affordable, yet effective. It's more of a spotlight type of pattern, but it works extremely well in low light situations. Light pods. These were extremely inexpensive. They're mounted on the low profile Cali Raise Me mounts, and I paid 2 for $10 for these. I purchased quite a few sets because I wasn't sure how long they would last. It wasn't expensive, so it was worth the gamble. I did take them apart, I did check the seals, I did make sure everything was nice and tight when I put it back together, and I added a bead of silicone to make sure that they were water resistant at the very least. Hopefully I can get a couple of years out of them, but I'm sure eventually I'll want to upgrade and get something with a higher light output. But we'll see. These may be in for the long haul. It all depends on how long they last. The other light kits that I purchased, I'll probably use those on the mount, on the rack up top, and have 360 degrees of external light when out camping and doing the overland thing. Now this Yakima rack I got off of the Facebook marketplace. This retails for a little over 400 bucks, maybe $500 with the extension. So I got the full setup, and I got this on the Facebook marketplace for $200. It was a deal that I couldn't resist. It mounts directly to the stock roof rack using the crossbars, and so far so good. I'm quite happy with it. Then again, I haven't taken any long road trips and had to use anything or put anything up here, so only time will tell. But I will eventually go with a low profile 4Runner specific unit for this build. Another Facebook marketplace purchase was this Gobi ladder. Those of you that know how hard it is to get your hands on things like this, these ladders have about an 8-week lead time when you order them from Gobi. I was able to get this from the marketplace for 150 bucks. Came with all the mounting hardware, and it was local, so I was able to pick it up immediately. The Gobi struts were a necessity. I didn't think about it when I purchased the ladder, but good thing for me, the seller threw in these struts, and after a week of using the stock struts, I realized that those weren't going to cut it. These needed to be installed, and it took all of 10 minutes to install them, and they are worth their weight in gold. These LED strips, I added these myself. I purchased everything off of Amazon, and I think I spent less than $50 for the complete kit, and that is LED strips inside of these aluminum channels. If you have one of these trucks, you realize that there's no light in this rear compartment. There are lights here on the doors, and even after adding LEDs there, I found them to be quite lacking. So I added these strips in, and at night, it really lights things up. It makes for a great workspace when I'm out here doing anything out at the range late at night when there's limited or no light at all. The Expedition Essentials T4R PAM allows me to mount a bunch of different things using RAM mounts, from my cell phone all the way up to a tablet. Check this out. Going here, we've updated all the internal lights, interior lights. Let's go ahead and pop this hood. Now we're at the front of the truck. Pop the hood. And what do we have here? I think I'm going to put a speaker in here and make a sound like the pearly gates or something when I open this. But this is great.